What if I told you there's a new loan option popping up? Yes, a 50-year mortgage product. 50 years? Yes, a 50-year mortgage loan product. Is this a smart move or a financial trap? Now, before we talk about 50 years, let's talk about how we even got a 30-year mortgage product. During the Great Depression, Franklin D. Roosevelt, he rolled out the 30-year mortgage plan under the New Deal. The 30-year mortgage, that set the standard for modern mortgage durations. Now, fast forward to here in 2025, Bill Pulte, who was the current director of the U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency, which oversees Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the Federal Home Loan Banks, these are the core institutions that help shape America's current mortgage market. Now, on the social, Bill Pulte, he posted, thanks to President Donald Trump, a 50-year mortgage plan is currently in the works, which will be a complete game changer. I know Dave Ramsey, he is livid right now because he constantly preaches the 15-year loan product, but let's unpack some pros and cons of why the 50-year loan mortgage program may or may not work for you. It's not finalized yet. We're still in the early phases, but let's discuss. Let's start with the upside, lower monthly payment. A 50-year mortgage spreads payments across a longer timeline, making monthly costs easier to manage, especially for first-time homebuyers. Secondly, improved qualification odds. Because payments will be smaller, some buyers, they might even qualify for a higher price point, possibly opening doors to better neighborhoods or new construction in popular Dallas suburbs. Third, let's discuss the flexibility. If you're early in your career, this structure will give you breathing room right before your income grows. Now, with those three key pros in mind, there are some trade-offs we have to talk about. If the 50-year mortgage loan becomes official, here's what you need to know. You will pay way more in interest. In fact, stretching your loan out over 50 years, this actually adds up. Even with today's rates, you will pay hundreds and thousands of more just in interest alone. The second trade-off, slow equity growth. Now, if you were to take on a 50-year loan, your payments, in fact, will be smaller, but they will be front-loaded with interest. You'll build home equity at a crawl. This is something to consider if you're thinking about making a move or upgrading within the next 5 or 10 years after taking out a 50-year loan product. Last but not least, resale and refinancing challenges. Somewhere down the road, if the market were to soften, you could end up owing more than your home is actually worth, making it harder or to refinance later. In closing, I am not a fan of a 50-year loan product. This is actually going to benefit the banks more than it will a first-time home buyer with the hopes of building generational wealth or passing on the asset. By the time that 50-year loan product is complete, you would probably pay for that house maybe at least 5 times, depending on the price point, your interest rate, whatever the case, but I am not a fan of it. The only way I believe a 50-year loan product could actually benefit a home buyer is this. Let's say they are interested in a neighborhood where they know that values are appreciating year over year. If they were to take out that 50-year loan product just for an affordability sake, and if they use it as a tool to then sell in 5 or 10 years for profit and take the proceeds and do whatever they want with it at that point, I'm a fan of it at that point if a home buyer is disciplined enough to only target a short-term period with the intent on making a profit. The key is the discipline. And I don't believe a lot of people are disciplined to do that. I represent many buyers who say their goal is this. They accomplish that goal and get in the house, but then somewhere along the way, those goals that they may have set for that home, if it was adding or doing some renovations, sometimes it goes out the window because life happens. That is the only way I could kind of be a fan of it, but in all honesty, I am not a fan of a 50-year loan product. Overall, if your goal is to build wealth, I would still preach a 30-year rate locked loan product if your goal is to simply build wealth, and I would choose that option over a 50-year loan option. The 50-year loan product, it definitely will sound tempting in today's Dallas-Fort Worth real estate market, but it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. With all things being said, this is still early, nothing has been finalized. But if you are looking to connect with a real estate professional who's going to help guide, talk about the pros and cons, why you should or should not do anything, give us a call. If you're thinking about moving to Dallas or anywhere in the DFW area, hit that subscribe button. I post weekly videos breaking down new communities, market updates, and smart buyer strategies to help you make your next move with confidence. Now that you guys have my opinion, I invite you guys to drop your comments, your feedback, and what do you guys think about this 50-year loan product that sounds like it may come to fruition. And also comment where you're watching from. I'd love to hear your thoughts. We will see you guys on the next episode.